Hi everyone, my name is Fern and I'm a third year sociology and English student here at Trinity. As well as that, I'm also an Access student and a HEAR student. If some of you are unfamiliar with what the HEAR scheme is, basically it is a scheme that is set in place to help students who are from underrepresented backgrounds in third level to progress further in their education. In my own case, I am a first generation college student, meaning I'm the first person in my family to go to college. There is such a long list of things I love about being a Trinity student, but I will try and narrow it down. I think first of all, the people that I've encountered since coming to college have just been some of the most amazing people that I have ever met. Be that through the Access programme, the first week during pre-uni, or just through everyday college and society events. I think college is the perfect place for you to kind of find a group of people who are similarly minded to you and who will help you flourish as a person, and I'm so grateful that that has happened to me. Another thing that I love about being a Trinity student is just how central you are in the city when you go to college here. You are a hop, skip and a jump away from absolutely anything that you want, and I think especially when you're transitioning to a new environment that is unfamiliar, it can be really reassuring to know that you have absolutely anything that you need in such a close proximity. For me as well, I love how central we are to all the absolutely amazing charity shops that are on Georgia Street, Camden Street, all the way up to our mines. It's a bit of a guilty pleasure of mine and probably a bit vain, but it is something that I really enjoy, and coming to the city is a bit of an event for me, being from the countryside. The move to college from secondary school or from paid work can be an incredibly daunting experience, but luckily there is supports that are set in place for you to make your transition as seamless as possible. For myself, for example, back in March 2020 at the beginning of the pandemic, I unfortunately did not own a computer that made the transition from in-person to online teaching possible for me. Thankfully, in the Access programme there is an emergency fund. I was able to avail of this emergency fund that could fund a laptop for me so that I could continue my learning and stay on top of all the work that I had to do. I think in terms of advice, this kind of goes out specifically towards the people who know that they're going to have quite a long commute in the morning to college. Do not waste that time. That time is golden. I have gotten some of my best work done on my 2-hour commute, either into college or home. It would be such a shame to waste that time. I think more generally then, the advice that I would give is just don't be afraid to get involved. Don't be afraid to try new things and experience society events and whatnot. I think college as well is a great way for you to kind of get exposed to new ideas and to new people, especially when, secondary schools can be quite a restrictive environment for a lot of people. So take advantage of the opportunity that you have being in college and being present, and make the most of it. I think simply make the most of it. In terms of what I plan to do with my degree, I really don't know. I could just end up being a really academically informed barista by the end of this. But sociology, as I mentioned previously, is part of my degree, so that's kind of my major, whereas English then is my minor. And it opens up a lot of avenues. It's quite a broad discipline to have. You can really kind of dabble in whatever you want if I were to kind of continue on and get a master's afterwards. Currently, I like the ideas of criminology and maybe public policy or public policy, but then there's also a part of me that's always wanted to be a teacher or to kind of pursue like education in some capacity. So I'm kind of thankful that the degree that I have chosen opens up these possibilities and opportunities for me, and I don't have to decide right at the second. I am only in third year after all, and thankfully Trinity offers 4-year courses.